Same formation, Rose and Ratcliffe in the backfield. They hand off left side. This is Stevie Thomas working toward the sideline. He gets up to the 25, and he's pushed out there along that Graham sideline. And it looks like we got a flag.
This may be a break for the Bearcats. I hear the Graham fans booing. They may get him for a late hit.
We've not got any. I don't see a flag.
Yeah, the ref's picking
it was
right
late
there.
down along the sideline.
Yeah, that's right in the middle of Graham's players on the sideline. Yep, that's
think.
personal foul penalty.
So a 15-yarder puts the ball up to the 41-yard line.
Another break.
And it doesn't seem like the chippiness is really between like the Bearcats and Graham. It's mainly Stevie Thomas
and the G-men.
Yeah, but that's a brave freshman. But, yeah, you got to contain yourself. Of course, that's not Stevie's fault that time over toward that sideline.
With it being that deep, I can't help but wonder if something didn't happen with a player on the sideline. Yeah, somebody on the sideline down there got involved when they shouldn't.
Either way, a good break for the Cats. First down and 10 at their own 41. As this time they'll go up the middle. This is Rose again keeping, and he gets about a half a yard. Bring up second down and 9. 21-6 the score. Graham in control so far, but it's, of course, like we said, it's been a game really of missed opportunities for Graham, and the Bearcats hanging around to this point, but you got to think you need something here. Take the momentum, and you'll have a chance at halftime to make some adjustments and possibly get back into this thing even further.
Absolutely.
We also got Mr. Harper up here with us.
Yes.
He came in where the heater is. He finally found it.
Yes, the best AED in Southwest Virginia, if I do say so for myself.
He's also got a built-in thermal sensor, I think, to come on up here. Find his heat source. Don't blame him. It's a cold day. 2:34 on the clock. They do the end around. This time it's Johnny Delaney, and that time Graham was all over it. Loss of another 2 yards or 3, and it'll send us back to our own 38-yard line.
Yeah, that's another situation, Dylan, where you see a freshman trying to make the read here at the varsity level where the game's a lot quicker. On that play, the outside was clear, and Johnny slowed down to try to cut back inside, and Graham was there waiting on him. But that's okay. That's, you expect that out of freshmen, but we need to start mixing it up just a little bit more here. Offensively speaking, just keep the pressure on that Graham defense, keep their offense on the sideline.
Third down and 13 from their own 38-yard line. Rose will drop back to pass. They throw a little screen play off to the left side.
He's got blockers.
Yeah, Ratcliffe coming up past the 50 and gets the first down, tiptoes up the sideline and gets the first down by a yard.
Wow,
he got 14 yards on 3rd and 13. A minute 42 on the clock, 21-6 the score, and the Bearcats are at the very least, can hold on to the ball till halftime and maybe, just maybe, get a few points to go with it.
Yep.
Rose again showing off his prowess as a quarterback, as Doug, I'm sure, predicted today.
Yeah, no, I saw this in my tea leaves earlier in the week, and I just wanted to stay quiet about it.
Yeah. You got to be happy if you're Coach Crystal, what you've seen, changing up basically your whole offensive scheme for one game against a opponent like this, and he's got to be happy with the way that things have come around. It seems like they're getting more comfortable after the first quarter in and now.
And that's to be expected. They practiced it for 5 days, leading into this, and you're right, Dylan. They seem to be getting more comfortable.
First down and 10. This time Thomas off the right side. If he can get to the edge, he tries.
There you go.
He works between two blockers, gets about 4 yards. 1:33 on the clock as it rolls here in the first half.
There's a good read right there by Stevie. It looked like he wanted to start to bounce it back out further and go deep, but he made the right cut at the right time. I mean, you've seen a lot of growth out of Stevie this year.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards for Stevie, and he basically didn't play the first 3 games. Pretty impressive freshman season for him.
He has a bright future ahead of him, that's for sure.
Minute 8 on the clock as Bearcats do have 2 timeouts left as they're at the Graham 44-yard line. This time it's Ratcliffe set up primarily as the quarterback, and Rose will take the snap and run it up the middle, and he's brought down at the 39. Didn't quite get the first down. 50 seconds now on the clock. Coach Christ opting not to take the timeout yet.
Yeah, they're calling him about a full yard short, I guess.
That might be a little bit more different, too, in that, the usual Bearcat offense, you're able to get the play calls in a bit quicker than this group and then this package that we've used most of this game. So there's 29 seconds on the clock, and you got to think that maybe you have something tricky up your sleeve here. Ratcliffe again joined by Rose. It's a tight backfield. They fake, or actually they give the handoff to Davidson.
It's a trick
Davidson
play.
will throw, and it is intercepted by Cam Allen inside the 20, and he's tackled at the 20-yard line. There's only 8 seconds on the clock. Yeah, AD took it and rolled out and held on to it like he was going to run it, and then pulled back at around the 35 and tried to chuck it up, and just plenty of coverage down on that right side of the field. And it's intercepted back there.
You know, I don't mind the call there, though, Dylan. I mean, like you said, see if we had something up our sleeve. We tried it. Their Mr. Everything made the play.
Personal foul, head-to-head tackle against the Bearcats.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, so we have like a targeting, a head-to-head contact. And that's another one of those where he was falling down anyway. There's not really where's the plane that you can hit him.
That's it.
You see that in college a lot, too.
Yeah, that's such a touchy subject in football nowadays, man. I mean, defenders stand next to no chance when it comes to that.
So it's Graham ball 1st and 10 after the 15-yard head-to-head contact. That'll put the ball at the 35 of Graham with 8 seconds to go. The G-men have just one timeout. And make sure you stay tuned for the Sesco Group Insurance halftime show. Try to get some, Graham or John Battle just kicked off in their game against Union. We might get some score updates from there and talk about what's to come here in the tournament. 8 seconds on the clock. Allen takes a snap, rolls off left side. Right side, that is, and he'll keep. He's still up. He'll go out of bounds with 2 seconds
one more time
on the clock. So he took about a half a yard gain with him. But like you said, that will stop the clock, and we'll have to snap it one more time.
Yeah, I think they were just, I don't know, it looked like they were okay with just running out the clock. But, I don't think Cam realized how much time was still left on the clock. And it looks like they're going to take a knee here, Dylan.
Yeah, they're lining up in the tight formation. Of course, you never know. The one time they've lined up in this, they fumbled it.
Yeah, that's true.
Under center. But this time it's a clean snap and a clean knee taken, and that will end the first half. 21-6, Graham leading Virginia High after 24 minutes of play. We've seen a little bit of everything in that half. And we'll have more coming up next. We'll take you to a score recap. We'll look at some of the games coming up today and also talk about the games that happened last night as well. So let's take a commercial break. I hope you stay tuned for the halftime report. 21-6, Graham leading Virginia High here in the first round of the Region 2D playoffs.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to readyvirginia.gov and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by Ready Virginia, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Virginia High Football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com. Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Welcome back to the Cisco Group Insurance halftime report from Bluefield. 21-6 Graham leading here in the first round of the Region 2D playoffs, as Graham is taking control of this one to this point, but the Cats are trying to hang around, and that's what they've done here for the first half. The last time these two teams met, Graham led 16-0 at halftime, so 21-6 this time around. Do have another shout-out. Lisa Dean's listening while watching soccer in Knoxville. She says, go Bearcats.
Hi, Mrs. Dean. We're glad you're tuning in.
I'm glad she's not in Knoxville watching that other sport of football.
I agree.
Today, so listening while watching soccer, so she's staying tuned with her Bearcats here in Bluefield. Let's take a look at that game recap to this point. Game started, of course, coin toss. Cats won the toss, elected to defer, so we're going to get the ball to open the second half of play. Graham had the ball to start, and they drove to the 40-yard line. Two big plays. They went about 40 yards on two plays, and then a turnover, a fumble by Booker. Virginia High got the ball at the 40. Picked up a first down, but then was forced to punt. At the 5:30 mark, Cam Allen capped off a short drive, 60-yard run for Cam. Extra point was good. Cats then went 3 and out. Then Jazeer Reed scored for Graham with 2:14 to go in the first quarter from 5 yards out, and they led 14-0. Then yet another 3 and out by the Bearcat offense, and Graham went on a drive from that point, drove it all the way down to the 1-yard line, and a fumble by Cam Allen. It looked like they were just going to try to do a QB sneak from under center, and he just bobbled it, fell down, and the Cats fell on it, and it ended up being Bearcat ball at their own 1-yard line. Aaron Rose got him out of that pile, got about 15 yards, but again, the Cats had to punt after that, after getting the one BSN Sports first down. Cam Allen and company would have to punt for the first time after that, too, after the Cats were able to get them out of there, so it ended up being a net win, at least in those back-to-back series. And the Cats were able to go on a drive of their own from their own 42-yard line. The drive was capped off at the 4:50 mark by a 22-yard touchdown pass by Aaron Rose to a Johnny Delaney. The extra point was no good, but the Cats had cut it to 14-6 with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. At the 3:30 mark, Cam Allen and company answered a 65-yard touchdown run by Cam, 21-6, and that is your halftime score. The Cats had the ball inside the 40-yard line right near the end of the half, and Austin Davidson on a trick play was picked off, just trying to maybe do a little bit too much, but an opportunity there to try to steal some points for the Bearcats. You know, it wasn't a high percentage play anyway, and we head to the locker room at 21-6 after Cam Allen took a knee. So we have 2 turnovers on Graham, a couple of missed opportunities really for them, and really, like you said, it's been Cam Allen beating the Bearcats to the edge.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to in the first half here, Dylan, is, and on both of his runs, you could tell they were not designed to go in that direction. He just made plays, made guys miss, reverse field. There is a reason he's going to play Big Ten football next fall. He's a tremendous athlete, and in the first half, he made the Bearcats play.
And that's the way it's been really for the first half. What are some other initial thoughts from the first half from you?
Yeah, outside of those big plays from Cam, the Bearcat defense has really done well. I mean, they've forced 2 turnovers. They've done what they've been doing. They have to be happy. I would imagine the coaching staff of Virginia High has to be happy where the game is right now. As a coach, you always want to have the lead at halftime, but really what matters is having the lead after the fourth quarter. So they are in position with getting the ball to start the second half to get right back in this thing and just, make Graham sit back and think, wow, these guys did come here to fight.
And you have to think, like we said, sort of quickly there while the game was going on, that the Bearcat offense, with this new system that's been spurred out over the last week or so, they seem to have gotten more comfortable, and they've been moving the ball a little bit more than they were in the first quarter. Yes, they have.
But yeah, the first quarter you could tell it was a brand new offense. The timing was off on some of the motion with the fake handoffs, things like that. This is strictly a timing offense. It's misdirection. It's about confusing the defense. And you can see, like you said, Dylan, more and more as the games went on, those fakes are a little bit tighter. The Graham defensive players are a little bit